Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I have got a very good one for you today. I'm back from Texas, but a lot is happening in the business world right now and financial markets. I want to talk to you guys about more people closing credit right now and canceling accounts. So I am back at the montage. It's in the air, and I thought I'd swing back by here. Before I get into this, please take a second to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with all your friends and colleagues. We've got an email list also if you want to join that. The link is in the description below. But let's get into it. We talked about Wells Fargo canceling credit lines overnight. Well, since this time, I did that story and it's been hit the news. One thing that's happened is a lot of people have reached out and said that their bank has done the same thing. So first things first, American Express. American Express is starting to individually close individual accounts, individual credit lines. I've had people write to me and tell me that they've had an American Express account for 15 years, used it intermittently, good customer, high credit scores, paid their bills, and poof, overnight, the credit line is done. So there's that. Next one, Bank of America. Bank of America is starting to intermittently close people's credit accounts. Now, we saw this in 2008. It was a real problem. They would shut people's accounts down. I know somebody that, and in 2008, I'll tell you a quick story. These people had, impeccable credit. They had credit lines on credit cards, individual credit cards for $100,000. Never used the cards. They just shut the cards down. Okay, so you're starting to see that again. And Bank of America, what they're doing is, give you an example of one person that wrote me. They had a $4,000 credit line. Okay, not good, not super high, but she owed about $2,800 on the card, and they notified her, email, she has over a 700 FICO score, that your credit line has been adjusted. It's not closed, it's been adjusted. It's been adjusted down to $100. Now, this is something that if you were in high school, you could probably get a higher credit line. So this person has a $100 credit line on this account and now owes $2,700, so she's over the limit. We're not going to charge her an over limit fee until you get to the your new credit line. But think about that. She's got to pay the card down as soon as she can. Okay, how long will they do that? 6 months, 8 months? She could have carried that balance forever. So this thing with credit is a real problem. And, I've had people write me and say, oh, Dan, you're so against credit. Now all of a sudden, you're so against credit cards. Now they shut down credit lines. I would have thought that this would have made you happy. Well, credit lines are very different than credit cards. Credit lines, you don't get charged credit until you use the credit line. It's generally much cheaper than a conventional credit card. Credit cards can be, 29, 36%, crazy figures. You can't get cash advances on credit cards, and when you do, look at your credit card. Just for giggles, okay? There's a term that goes in front of that. Check out what they would charge you to use a credit line. Check out your max credit line. You may have $2,000 or $3,000 credit line, but they'll allow $200 in the cash advance. Credit lines are different because you can write a check for the credit line. When I was in business, I had a company that would have to pay a vendor we'd have to pay a vendor, and then they would take their commission out and then send it back to our account. And we could do this monthly. Now the problem with it was, as we became a bigger account, we had a substantial amount of money going through this vendor, and we had to pay them basically on a weekly basis. So we went out and we got a couple of credit lines, $50,000, $25,000. They eventually all got to 50, but the point was that on a weekly basis, we could walk in, pay this vendor $30,000 and use the credit line for that. It was fantastic. It was just so easy. Pay them on a Friday. They would do their accounting. We would get the money deposited back in our account on Tuesday morning. Now, advantage to that is, if you run a business and you have accounts receivables, you don't have to rely on Mrs. Jones or this company paying you. That's the problem with accounts receivables, is that if you're in any type of business and there's any possibility that somebody could slow pay you, they will. And as the economy right now starts to change, you're going to start to see story time, and you're going to start to see, hey, I mailed the check. Did you get it? You didn't get it? Wow, that's shocking. We mailed that on Monday. Yeah, you're 2 cities away. You're going to start to see more and more of that. So a credit line gives you the advantage to write a check, use it, only pay interest for it. We would use $200,000 in a month sometimes against the credit line and be charged just a few $100 in interest. So it was incredibly inexpensive to do this and very cheap. But again, that's why you have a credit line. So people that have personal credit lines, imagine if you know you're self-employed and you know that this person's going to pay you, but you didn't get paid yet, but you got different expenses. Well, you can use the credit line for that and pay it off and not get charged cash advance fees and ridiculous fees like that. Okay? So that's why you do that. Okay? Anyways, let's get into some more stories, but that's why you have a credit line. You're going to see some crazy, crazy stuff with these banks. Share your thoughts. If the banks are cutting you off, I want to hear about this. But Bank of America, American Express, Wells Fargo, you're going to start to do this. And again, maintain your credit. Again, if you can pay off a card, pay it off right now. I'm telling you, it's going to be the best thing. But explain, share what's going on with you guys. If you guys hear any more about these banks, I want to hear about it from you guys and your experiences with that. There's a few places in Laguna Beach that are pretty cool. One's called 1,000 Step Beach. Now, here at the resort, this is kind of a 1,000 Step Beach type deal where you guys can see how far down this thing goes, but I'm just kind of halfway down it. Just a great place to work out. So I guess I'm at the north side of the resort. Anyways, let's get into some more stories. Right now, Lake Powell is at the lowest level that it's ever been. And they're very concerned about the drought here in California, Arizona, Utah, Nevada. It's just an absolute mess. So what they're concerned about with Lake Powell is the water level is so low that the hydroelectric plant may close. And this produces electricity for millions of people. What do you do if that happens? Okay? Oh, well, you should do solar, you should do this. Well, hydroelectric was one of those free energy things that everybody loves. And this is going to create a huge, huge, massive problem. So you're going to see more and more issues like this. The Olympics. The Olympics are riddled with problems, as you know. And today, Toyota just announced, which, by the way, Toyota is a huge, huge Japanese company. Look how tall that place is. Isn't that cool? Toyota is a huge Japanese company, and they're not going to sponsor the Olympics. They were one of the premier sponsors of the event. They pulled out of the Olympics, which, man, that is just destroying. That destroys the event. From somebody that produces event and has sponsors, to have them get access to the people, the audience, everything, to have somebody of that caliber, now I've never produced an Olympics, is just going to be absolutely devastating. So you guys can only get an idea of how bad that is. So it's just, this is horrific. It's going to have a huge, huge negative toll. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out with the Olympics. Are you guys going to watch the Olympics? Does it interest you to watch a sporting event without fans? I just don't think it's going to be the same, guys. So share your thoughts. Now, there's so much news about Tesla right now, and I'm going to try to cover all of it very quickly for you. But Tesla is closing its first supercharging station, that is, in Los Angeles. They say it's for security concerns, which again, okay, I don't understand why they're doing that, but they're closing it. The other thing is Tesla had a car in Canada that could go a whopping 94 miles. This car sold a few, not many, and people would get a $5,000 Canadian tax credit, but the car had a maximum travel distance of 94 miles without a charge. So that's crazy, guys. 94 miles, okay? And I just, for giggles today, I left my house, drove to friends, had lunch, went to a meeting, came down here. I'm at 75 miles already for the day, and I haven't driven out of the county. I don't even think I've gotten on a freeway. I did get on a freeway for a little bit, but again, 94 miles is nothing, guys, okay? So 94 miles, but the Canadian government got completely hoodwinked on this car, and they have lost $115 million right now for this car. So it's been an absolute disaster. The car has not paid for itself. It's been just a complete flop. And Tesla, final thing is that Tesla is charging people for existing hardware that they already have. And you can get the upgrade for autopilot, okay, which is self-driving. Woo! You're gonna see lots of problems with this, I predict, but that's just me. So with the self-driving, okay, you can pay $10,000 up front, but it's $199 a month. Now, I don't know about you guys, but $199 a month for these cars, and some cars, based on the type of car they are, can never be 100% self-driving. And for those of you that paid for the self-driving already, you have to pay $1,500 up front, and then you pay the $199 a month. Guys, I mean, think about it. It's $2,400 a year that you're gonna pay for this. $2,400 a year. You know, it's a lot of money, guys, okay? And that's just for the thrill of having these upgraded features. And now, Dan, you have no idea how great self-driving is. It's just like Coke in the drinking fountain. But, oh, check this out, guys. Okay, look how blue that water is out there. Isn't that nuts? So, absolutely stunning. They get these really weird, okay, out here, and I'll film this for you in a second, there's like rock formations out there, and as the tide swishes around it, they get different waves that come out here, but it's super blue, okay? So it's just really, really stunning out there, and I'll film that for you guys. But what do you guys think about that? You know, Tesla's got the new rocket feature where you can pop up above traffic. It's $5.99 a month. And the new boat feature, because Teslas are waterproof, drive down into the ocean, and for $399 a month, you can have the new boat feature. Now, I made up those last two. So please do not think your car is going to be a rocket car or it's waterproof, okay? Share your thoughts, guys. If you own a Tesla, is it the greatest car in the world? How about that 94-mile joke? 94-mile capabilities, okay? Anyways, share your thoughts, guys. Just a beautiful summer day in the afternoon. But the rock formations are out there. Got a lot of sea life out there. But the waves, as the tide comes in, they swish around, so you see the waves doing different things as they crash that they normally don't do. You can see how it goes out really far and funky and then comes back in. Really, really cool. See that? But just blue and beautiful water. Very, very fun. I love these next two stories because they're completely conflicting, and they both come from CNBC, and I get a kick out of stuff like this. David Tice, the fund manager who basically runs a bear fund, which he's betting that the stock market's going to go down, is saying that this is the worst time to be in the stock market. Get out, don't be part of it, stay away from it, stay away from Bitcoin right now. It's incredibly dangerous right now. And he just thinks that you're going to see more and more people going down. Look at the Marine car, the lifeguard car. So, but then you get Bill Ackman, who made a bunch of money betting against the stock market in the beginning of the pandemic, made $1 billion, okay, in a very short period of time. Bill Ackman says, this is great. Bond yields are going to go up. Not to worry. Everything's going to turn around. Things are going to continue to flourish. So what do you guys see? I see trouble. The stock market took an absolute nosedive today. Bitcoin took an absolute nosedive today. Silver had a hit. Gold had a hit. Everything's not doing well right now. It's kind of in a very, very precarious spot. So these two legends are basically giving conflicting advice. So who do you listen to? Okay, not me, because I'm not a financial advisor, but you know, guys, the market's going to go in one direction or the other. Okay, you need to be ready for it. You need to be safe. You need to have your bills paid off. I still think silver is a great investment. I still think it's going to shoot up an absolute ton when the smoke clears with all this stuff. Man, this is beautiful. Look at the public showers out here. It's very cool. I still don't. I get a kick out of these $10,000 a day bungalows though. There's a couple people in them too. So needless to say, they wouldn't let me film them. Kidding, I didn't ask. But check this out. This is the other side, the other beach down here. And again, guys, it's free to walk down here. It's free to go to that beach. So places like this are absolutely beautiful. People ride their bikes, park their bikes. But check this out. This is absolutely stunning. You can walk out on these rocks and they've got all that growth out there. You've got all the different tide pools you can take advantage of. That's just absolute paradise. You know, really, really an amazing place to hang out. And you know, there's internet here. Take advantage of this, and it's absolutely beautiful. And the sights are really nice too. You know, so not that I've noticed on this beautiful summer day. Share your thoughts on all of that, and the stories will be linked below, guys. Okay? Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. This is absolutely stunning. But this is great, guys. You got rocks over there you can climb on. They've got a lifeguard station here. Just absolutely beautiful. One thing that's amazing about this place is the little places to sit and have these absolutely stunning views that you can go out to the edge, see everything. Two things I want to talk about are Dave Portnoy and Barstool Sports. They had a fund that was self-financed at first by Dave himself, and he's an absolute genius and a business guru and just an all-around great guy, I think. And the Barstool Fund was designed to help small business. By the way, check this out. Just a picnic table you can hang out at. So Dave sets up this fund, and Dave has helped over 400 businesses right now with his Barstool Fund. It was free to apply. Tell your story, send in a video, and they were writing checks. They helped 400 businesses with $40 million do that. So from the $40 million, it averages $100,000 per business that they helped. So again, look into that, look into see if it's still open. He was all over the news today talking about it. But again, where is the grant money? Where is the money right now? The SBA still has some in their EIDL fund. And again, guys, if you were denied, you got an EIDL loan or a loan like that up front, PPP loan is closed right now, but the EIDL loan still has funds. And if you were denied that loan, you can go back to the well a second time and see if they'll approve you. A lot of people were denied because they couldn't verify the business, bad credit, or they said that you didn't have an economic loss, which is preposterous. So if you have bad credit, explain it. What's the situation? If you can't verify the business, you know, don't be a moron and try to say that we're, you know, Jenny's Flowers if your tax return says Steve Smith, okay? That's a real problem that people do. Go to the SBA when you contact them and demand to talk to somebody in Tier 2. Do not talk to the receptionist who will tell you your loan has been denied or your loan is pending. Talk to a real loan officer and get an answer. Find out the status of where things are at, because it could be the difference of getting you more money. You're going to see these programs eventually end. Search for grant money within the city, the county that you're in, the industry that you're in. You know, I get a lot of these things sent to me, and some are good, some are bad. You know, some are in Davenport, Iowa, and, you know, Tallahassee, and, you know, they're only regional money. So people get upset about that, but again, wherever you're at, there's still some money out there, whether it's for yourself or for your business. Look around, guys, and ask those questions and see what's out there. Search for it. You're gonna have to apply. You're gonna have to apply yourself. They're just not gonna helicopter and throw money, you know, from the stripper pole at you, okay? So it's just not gonna happen, or at the stripper pole. You gotta put in some effort here to get this money. Okay, share your thoughts. If you guys ever have grants or you hear about anything, send it my way. I've got people that do it all the time, and I research them and share them with you guys if they're of value. Okay? You guys having trouble finding money? Seeing these grants dry up? Share your thoughts, guys. Let me know if you got that. I know so far the record's a woman got 4 grants from this channel that we've recommended. It's a lot of 3s, a bunch of 3s, a bunch of 2s. I can't even count how many 2s there are. A lot of singles, probably over 100 people have gotten a single grant from the channel. But very cool, okay? Isn't this place beautiful? It's just come out here, have a beautiful day, sit out here, walk the dog, get lunch. Very cool. I absolutely love this place because I keep finding really cool spots to hang out and sit. And as I do this last story, there's a story out of Bloomberg that said the economy may have peaked. Now, think about this, guys. From just a few days ago, weeks ago, we were hearing how, the sky's the limit, to the moon, everything's going to take off, but it may actually be done at this point. Sentiment may have peaked, and the economy may be tanking at this point. So you need to be ready for this. So I'll share the story with you guys, but check out this. I mean, this is so beautiful. I'm telling you, I'm going to come work here once a week just because of the internet, because of the views. This place is absolutely beautiful. Please do not forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Here at iAllegedly, we do everything from business, finance, stimulus, grants, a little bit of everything. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to join the email list. If you want to join Patreon and get more access to me, you're more than welcome to do so. Onward and upward, guys, and I will see you guys very soon. So thank you.